Welcome back to another episode of Locked On Hoops with myself, Ben, and Jamel. Man, we got the schedule released this week. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. Like the season is fastly approaching. Honestly, we just came off the Olympic break a little bit, and it just feels like the finals was just last week, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no. I mean, like the time goes by fast, obviously, and it's here. It's right around the corner. But that Olympics gave us a fix up until the time, so we'll take that.
hmm And also, we got NBA 2K. That should be coming out in a couple of weeks too. I remember a few weeks back, I purchased the Hall of Fame edition, so we got
Yeah,
that to look out for.
right. That's true. That's true. I mean, gaming is taking over everything. Obviously, with college football just coming out, but 2K is always, there's always something fun about when 2K comes out.
Slowly over the past couple of days, Ronnie 2K, he's been releasing like player ratings for the game. And I want to see this dude hoop so bad because, like, how are you dishing out ratings to professionals? So yeah, I just want to see this dude hoop.
I think everybody does really, because I mean, it's the difference between gaming and actually playing. And we know most of the time it don't translate.
Or shoot something.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, our beef with Ronnie 2K aside, like you said, the NBA released their schedule a couple days ago, and there's a lot of great games. I just kind of want to start out with the Magic. Um, I think they're trying to go up in the East this year after their playoff run came to an end. And like to start out, they play at Miami, which should be which should be a win in theory, but I don't know how that goes. Brooklyn,
yeah,
a win at Memphis. Then they play the Pacers, which on paper should be their first real road loss. I mean, well, loss in general. And then they go on the road to play at Chicago, at Cleveland, at your Dallas Mavs, at OKC, and at Indiana. So, like, they have a hell of a schedule to start out the first month of the season, pretty much.
yeah. Man, it's not gonna be easy at all. But I think they're ready. They're ready to face the schedule. Obviously, as we've been covering them, they've been playing better and better as the season goes
Mhm.
along. I think the coaching is still going to be solid. So yeah, it should be a really good year.
And their first nine games is going to define their season pretty much. So they can't even afford to like go in a hole like that early in the season because it's going to be hell for them to to make that up in the East.
Right,
So,
right.
oh,
That's true.
man.
Now they don't have a Thanksgiving game. Not really surprised about that. But on Friday they do play Boston on Black Friday. So you look at that. That's going to probably be somewhat prime time.
Facts, man. Speaking of prime time, they released the national TV schedule, which opening night is looking pretty good. The Knicks and the Celtics. I think that's going to be the Eastern Conference Finals, and I'll probably die on this hill. If the Knicks were healthy, I think they could have took Boston last year in the up conference finals. Then over on following that game, they have the Lakers and the Timberwolves. So, what are you looking forward to most on opening night?
Yeah. I'll say I'm definitely looking at the Knicks Celtics for sure. But also Looking at OKC and Denver. That's on the Thursday. That should be a good game. OKC coming off a playoff loss, but I'm sure they're ready to come back. Joker losing in the Olympics. So I think that's going to be a good matchup. And then also, I'll go with Kings and Lakers. I think Kings seeing what the young talent that they have. I think that'll be a good, interesting game. So I'm kind of got those circled in.
You know, the pettiness in me kind of wants to see the Clippers lose on their first night in their new arena.
uh, be honest, it's probably gonna happen. Like you don't know what the level of health you don't have Paul George. I doubt Kawhi will be ready, so it's probably gonna be an L. It's gonna be a rough
And
first couple months of the
and
season.
and to make things worse, they're giving out rings for their opening night. So
Ring.
if
What type of ring?
if that's not a jinx, like I don't know what is. Like yeah, like the Clippers are already cursed, and you're just adding more to it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you give out a banner, give out a small basketball or something, but don't give out a ring. Yeah, you're really trying to. You're already behind the eight ball as it is with injuries. So I don't know how great of an idea that is.
Though another game I'm kind of looking forward to on opening week in the NBA is the Bucks and the Sixers. Man, like
Yeah,
the Sixers are retooled with Paul George. Um, the Bucks, they're just still like I want to see how their defense improved over the summer and how the pairing of Dame and Giannis is gonna continue to evolve.
right,
And
exactly.
Philly's favorite son will be coming home, Doc Rivers.
Yeah, yeah. That should be another interesting one. And I think they're going to be obviously battling in the East uh, with the Knicks and uh, Celtics. So that's going to be a nice second night Eastern Conference matchup. Those four teams: Boston, New York, Philly, and Milwaukee, going to be all kind of fighting.
I'm trying to figure out outside of the Sixers starting five, like who else is on their team? Because to me, they're kind of
Good question.
resembling the Phoenix Suns. You know they're starters, but once you get to their role players, like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Like who you really have, and maybe this is an opportunity for somebody to step up because yeah, that's not a deep team. So if one person goes down, obviously it's happened year after year after year. Their chances are shot. So they just they're gonna have to have a healthy run when it matters.
hmm and this opening night is gonna feel real special for the real hoopers out there because this is the last time we're gonna get the NBA on TNT. I'm
Yep.
sure ESPN is gonna revamp their coverage, and next season we'll be talking about NBC and Peacock. So
Right. Right. And
enjoy
on
the
that
good
note,
times.
yeah, on that note, real quick, Barkley, I don't think we talked about this. He said he was retiring, and he said he wasn't, and he said maybe. So sounds
hmm
like he's sticking around for as long as possible, which I doubted that he was just going to walk away and retire. I mean, he's too good. He's too good at what he does, and so
Yeah,
it's a
like the
matter.
first time he announced he was retiring, like I didn't even take it seriously. I was just like, okay, Brett Favre, whatever. And
Right.
a few months later, he's like he's back, but he's human, like so, like he can be sold to the highest bidder. So I can't really, slander him for that.
Yeah. Yeah. And also I think it's a leveraging tool as well. I mean, you say you leave, you say you won't. I mean, you'll probably go to the highest bidder. So it's all. I think it's a method to his madness for sure.
And I also hope that at some point, like that whole cast, at some point this season, they just let it all hang out or pause. But just go for it. Be as controversial as possible and just go out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah, yeah, I hope so too. I mean, I'm
Get
looking forward
suspended,
to
something.
yeah, yeah, I'm looking forward to Ernie turning red every single night because or just shaking his head. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. Because it's gonna happen every night. It's gonna be a moment where he's like, here we go.
There's about to be so many big sports analysts on the market. You got the Inside the NBA crew. I'm not sure who's coming up at ESPN, and also there's Skip Bayless still out there. So like it
Yeah,
wouldn't shock me if he showed up on Amazon or the NBA on NBC, which I hope well hopefully he doesn't, but yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I hear you.
All right, man, before we get too far off the deep end, your Dallas Mavericks, they're looking to retool after coming off the NBA finals, man. What's their schedule looking like coming up?
Yeah, yeah. So they got game one at San Antonio. So get another look at Wimby, and I look at the newly signed Clay Thompson. So I think I got that one circled. Definitely looking also forward to playing Minnesota. That'll be on December the 14th. And then they also play Minnesota at Minnesota on the 28th. And then you definitely got to look at first time they play Golden State. They play at Golden State on December 30th. Seeing Clay going back into that building, I'm sure it's going to be awkward for him. I wonder. I'm sure I think the fans would definitely treat him well. I mean, stay there. So those are kind of the ones I'm looking forward to, and also Boston, which they don't actually play Boston until
Don't you
I
guys
think
play on Christmas Day?
uh no, they play at Minnesota at Phoenix on Christmas Day, which is weird. I would have thought they would have had Boston earlier, but yeah, they play Boston on the 22nd of January. I would have thought you would have had them earlier up in the schedule, but
Facts,
wow,
at least
yeah,
save the finals rematch for Christmas like they've been doing.
yeah, I know. I mean, like the respect. Where's the respect level at? But I know people didn't consider this a great final, so maybe that's why they're not giving it as much love. But
It, it's still the finals.
yeah, they still made it. But yeah, those are kind of what I'm looking forward to.
You know, I can't wait to see the development of Jaden Hardy. I think he's the future of your team, and
Yeah,
as long as he's keep riding the bench, man, it has to be killing him. This dude is legit.
yeah, and he needs the ball. Like he's not. I don't think I mean, he can come off the bench. Obviously, he can start. He can do whatever. But I think he needs to have the ball in his hand so he can create, and that's the greatness. Not the greatness, but the level that he's playing at right now. When he gets his opportunities, he's normally pretty successful. So yeah, I don't know if it's gonna happen with this team. I could probably see him possibly getting traded by the deadline, depending on how things go, because he is a solid piece. But I would love him to be a six man too, if that's possible. So
Mhm.
we'll see.
And another player I'm kind of wishing well on Mavericks is Quentin Grimes. Like when he was on the Knicks, his jump shot was probably one of the best I've seen since Allen Houston. His last few years didn't end up the way that people expected. So I hope he has a bounce back season with you guys.
Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah, if it's any level of Allen Houston, I'll take that. I mean, because we're gonna need guys to knock down shots. That's what it's gonna come down to, and that was part of the reason why losing. So
Speaking of the Knicks, before I get too far off the schedule, when the Knicks and the Spurs play on Christmas Day, I really think that's gonna be Wemby's coming out party. Like
Mm,
he's gonna put on a Kobe-esque performance, like when Kobe scored 60, what was it like 65, 66 at the Garden? I think it's gonna be something on that level. Christmas Day, and he's already a competitor and still steaming after winning silver in the Olympics, while Serbia is popping champagne.
mm, yeah, yeah, I
So,
give you that. Yeah, I give you that.
so yeah,
Yeah,
like I really think he's gonna have an all-time perform like Christmas Day performance on that day, and like really, who's gonna stop him on the Knicks? That's just being
yeah.
real.
No, I agree. I agree. I'm looking forward to Wemby all year long. I think he showed even more what he's able to do on the biggest stage against the best players in the world. And you got to see his passion too. I mean, obviously he's a top young player. So yeah, I'm gonna be definitely looking forward to Wemby year two, and hopefully he's an MVP candidate. I would love to see that.
For the most part, when like during the NBA season, like I'll watch the national television games. Then I'll pay attention to like teams that special interest to me, like the Knicks and like teams down here with the Heat and the Magic. Like each year, like I'll follow one team that like I previously wouldn't. Like last year, I was watching the Hornets on League Pass, and I think this year my team to watch will be the San Antonio Spurs, my League Pass team. How about yours, Ben? Like you have a team that you watch that you
Yeah.
normally wouldn't?
Um, I don't want to copy what you just said, but I think I'm gonna do the Spurs too because I'm excited about Wemby and I don't know how many years Pop's really got left, but I'm sure he's gonna instill a lot in him. Plus it's right here in Texas. I'm not gonna watch any Houston
Mhm.
games. I'm not gonna dare do that. But I think I agree. I think San Antonio is definitely a team I'm gonna watch because just for him, really, pay more close attention to what he's gonna do this year.
It's funny. I was actually considering the Rockets to be that team because they have an interesting team too.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, Dallas and Houston they're arch rivals, so I can't do anything Houston.
Mhm.
San
You know,
Antonio, they don't have a lot of
you
sports
know,
fans besides the NBA.
last season when I was trying to decide which team to watch that I normally wouldn't, after I picked the Hornets, I'm like, next year I'm gonna pick the Bulls. But after I'm seeing what the Bulls did this whole offseason, I can't do it.
Yeah, yeah, no, I hear you.
Free Zach LaVine.
Yeah, yeah, that needs to be on a shirt. Hashtag.
It's crazy. Still, nobody wants him. I'm like, this
Yeah,
dude can't be that bad off.
yeah, I know. Yeah, he can't be, but yeah, they treat him like Lonzo Ball, really. Like he's got a chronic knee injury that is never going to get better. That's
Oh,
how he gets treated.
speaking of Lonzo, he got his stem cell treatments, and now he's playing 5-on-5 again, looking to have a resurgence, or at least getting on the court is a resurgence for him. But
Yeah, yeah. Him
man,
playing a few minutes a game is a resurgence. So
do you think he'll be starting since the Bulls seem to be in tanking wars, or do you think they'll just bring him off the bench and that's how his career is going to end up the rest of the way as a role player off the bench?
I think they'll bring him off the bench because I'm sure they're afraid they don't want to give him too much time. But I think he'll come off the bench. And hell, I mean, Lou Williams made a career out of being a six man, so Alonzo could do it too.
Facts, man. He need to get back with his father training wise. It's like ever since he stopped training with him, running up the hills and everything,
Yeah, yeah.
seemed
Well,
like
I mean,
everything
it,
was
it was
breaking
it was
down.
the triple B, the baller brand shoes that ended up messing up
Oh
his
yeah,
knee.
that too.
But minus the shoes, I think his dad was a good motivator. Helping him to get to where he was. So
I
maybe
brought a pair of them shoes and never got them.
never got him.
Facts, never got them.
Wow. not surprised though, because they had back orders and all of that. So
Firefest before Firefest.
right. Oh man, Murder Inc.